Released theatrically in only 141 theaters on September 14, 2012, this Simon West action thriller failed to even break $250,000 at the domestic box office. And a plot that feels familiar and borrowed from better movies, Nicolas Cage stars as a professional bank robber who must pay off a $10 million ransom to save his kidnapped daughter by robbing a bank, all while the feds attempt to track him down. The normally competent West sadly delivers a lackluster picture here, which aside from a stirring opening heist sequence, is noticeably devoid of any realism or seriousness, treating themes of child abandonment, kidnapping, robbery, and betrayed friendship like they're nothing but boxes on a action movie checklist. The Oscar-winning leading man would normally be right at home shouting lines of ridiculous exposition and outrunning explosions, but even Cage's unique talent is wasted here. The same goes for the normally terrific cast, which includes Malin Akerman as the loyal love interest, and Mark Valley and Danny Huston as the ass-kicking, no-compromising federal officials, all of whom deserve so much more than this tepid and unambitious script. The standout exception is Josh Lucas as the lunatic madman villain, hell-bent on revenge, looking like a ragged homeless man with a missing leg who drives Cage's daughter around in the trunk of a stolen taxi for nearly the entire movie. His delusional delivery and psychotic behavior make him an interesting, if unbelievable, villain.
You listen to me, Gum. I have waited 8 years for this.
Go ahead.
I had to change my name, erase everything. Then there's that little matter of the bullet in my leg, a constant friendly reminder of the partner who ruined my life that night.
Come on, man, really? We're gonna go back there? You did that to yourself.
Semantics. I want my share. I want my share
of the $10 million that was gonna change our lives forever.
Benny, there is no cash.
I had a feeling you'd say that, Gum.
Filmed and set on location in New Orleans for no other reason than to include a single pointless chase sequence amidst the Mardi Gras parades, the locations and surroundings are painfully underutilized, with many scenes taking place in drab, uninteresting parking garages and alleyways. Even at 96 minutes, this sloppy adventure doesn't move fast enough to prevent you from laughing at the absurd plot, with Akerman warning, "There's no way you can steal millions of gold bricks in the middle of a business day." "That's why I need your help," Cage foolishly replies, as if his attractive co-star could actually help pull off a scheme in only 3 hours, while the FBI is still hunting him. With a musical score from Mark Isham that feels extremely dated and borrowed from a cheap royalty-free collection, even the action scenes are uninspired and forgettable. Not to be confused with the 2009 mystery thriller of the same name, which amusingly also stars Josh Lucas, this movie honestly had potential. An interesting, if unrealistic premise, a great cast, an accomplished director, and some high-octane stunts and fistfights. Ironically though, this movie isn't so bad it's good, unintentional entertainment, instead bordering on a line that just makes it a boring experience lacking any genuine thrills or excitement. Technically speaking, this film is decent. The cinematography, editing, and pacing are what you'd expect for a film that cost $35 million to produce. When I first reviewed the trailer for this picture back in September on the Movie Night Archive channel, my first thought was that this was some sort of parody film, a joke about how silly and repetitive Cage's rampant project choices have become. Perhaps not surprisingly though, this movie really did happen. Thankfully, it doesn't seem as if anyone watched. Although generally a below-average waste of time, this movie isn't completely uninteresting. Stolen. Unrealistic, lukewarm action, disappointingly pedestrian. Those are my thoughts. Now let's see what you had to say about this movie in the YouTube comments. A double 3 for Stolen. Of the few who actually wasted your time and money on this picture, you spared it from the lowest rungs on the rate-o-matic, citing that it's still somewhat entertaining, even though it feels like a poor man's Taken, rating it a lame. I agree, this is a perfect example of a film I will never watch again, but strangely don't actually regret watching the first time, if only because Cage is always enjoyable in a weird way, and Lucas makes for a great bad guy. I still thought the movie was lame though.